a growing number of Arizonans and people like me just don't feel like we fit neatly into one party's box or the other. And so, like many across the state and the nation, I've decided to leave that partisan process and really just focus on the work that I think matters to Arizona and to our country, which is solving problems and getting things done.
When she says, like many Arizonans, I don't fit into this box. First of all, get every other Arizonan out of your mouth, because you are not like other Arizonans. The only thing that you have in common with other Arizonans is probably a complete lack of respect for you. Because if you look at a recent poll, nobody likes you, Kyrsten Sinema. I mean, she's not only net unfavorable across all likely voters by 17 points, young voters hate her, old voters hate her, Democrats, independents, and Republicans hate her. And in a true coup, Democrats like her less than Republicans.
Yep.
So that's pretty amazing. Women don't like her, men don't like her. Older women and men, like the young, finally, we've come together, don't like her. People who didn't go to college, people who went to college don't like her. People of all different races and ages don't like her. And if you broke it down based on class, I'm sure you could find an income or wealth quintile that would support her. The working class hates her guts, as any reasonable person would. She is a blight on America. She is the ultimate garbage person. Francesca, I have more to say, but I'm sorry, I've been filibustering. What do you think?
No, I think that's amazing. I just want to say that you're forgetting the private jet owners over the age of 72 who have generational wealth. They love her and own like a cereal, like cereal company, basically like Mr. Kellogg and Mr. Peanut or something like that. Like,
yeah,
can I just say, Senator Sinema, you can't quit the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party in Arizona quit you. This is like, someone's like, I'm breaking up with you, and you're like, well, I'm breaking up with you first. Like, no,
you
man.
You can't fire me, I quit.
Absolutely, you can't fire. That is what is happening. I just wanted to make it more of a love situation, yeah. But I think she's been taking cues from Miss Tulsi Gabbard, because like you see that there's a little bit of a stony-eyed, see you next Tuesday face that's like, yes, I am going independently wealthy.
Yep, no, she's gonna do well monetarily, and you can have that sort of unearned confidence when you don't have to fear anything for like 2 years. Because while she's a garbage person for a lot of reasons, one of the main ones is that she is revealing to us how utterly powerless even the majority of Americans are when put in certain positions. She got into office saying she would do X. She has tried to stop X from happening every step of the way. And there is nothing that can be done for years and years and years. She could give a speech right now where she just says, here's my Rolodex. It's a bunch of rich a-holes. They own me, you dumb donkeys. I serve them, y'all suck. I'll see you in 2024 or whatever.
I mean, I think
what are you supposed to do about that?
She's done that. She's done that multiple times. She relishes in doing that. And I think this is why obviously the Senate needs to be abolished. I'm sorry, the Senate needs to be abolished. It needs to go, because no one should have that much power. But here you have someone, they got their like foot in, into the bowels of the Senate, and they're never gonna leave. They're hanging on, and they don't represent anyone except their own little sort of whims and desires, and really all those whims and desires are just money. And it like, she's such a perfect example of like someone who already had kind of grifty instincts, just being beholden to contrarianism and money. Right? And that's what she's, and what was more concretely what it means is that when the Democrats call on her and say, hey, we're all gonna get together and codify Roe v. Wade, which is ostensibly something that a former Green Party candidate and a Democrat and a woman who identifies as bisexual might be in favor of, but wanna watch as she holds out her vote, because she's not so sure, because it's a decision that you need to be, that it's just every single state has their right to determine what they want to do. Like, watch how she folds on these issues. And the fact that she's independent now is so that no one can count on her, because she does not want to be part of a collective. She does not have actual people in mind. She only has herself in mind.
Yeah, and also to be clear, she doesn't give a damn about any of this. Like, she wants to go be an intern at a winery or whatever. Like, she doesn't care. She wants to run marathons. Like, her job is an inconvenience to her, which is an added layer of garbage. And by the way, quick heads up for the next 2 years, I like to occasionally let you know what this whole thing is going to be about. In order of importance, the way I'm thinking about the purpose of the show: number one, to get people to actually care about the environment and prioritize when it comes to their politics. Number two is to get a progressive to win the primary 2024. Number three is getting rid of her. Like, yes, we are going to return to this many times between now and 2024, because that has got to be we cannot allow this to stand. In the same way that if you care about rationality, Herschel Walker can't enter the Senate. If you care about literally anything having to do with some sort of ethical obligation to your constituents, or not being an open liar, openly bought by corporations, we have to send a message by getting rid of her, or else there will be more Kyrsten Sinemas in the future.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.